Hello gamers, this is Sai and welcome back to Which Way Games. Now what's the worst topping for a pizza?
Butterscotch and onions.
With anchovies.
And with that being said, let's go with the video. Now before I start, I was given a challenge this week by my friend Justin, the Gamerholic.
Top 10 Sega games over at Which Way Games. Sai, this is going straight to you, my friend. I highly agree with the fact that you'll probably have Sonic somewhere up there, but let's see you do a top 10 without Sonic.
And of course my response is challenge accepted. By Justin, I want to know, what are your top 10 favourite Sega games that don't include Sonic the Hedgehog? We've got 4 months in which to do this, and we must have our videos ready by the 21st of December.
Excellent.
And now with that challenge laid, it's time to talk about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Back in the early 80s, the world of gaming was still in its infancy, where most gamers would keep themselves amused by playing in the arcade or at home on the Atari 2600. However, gaming wasn't the only thing that would keep gamers out of mischief.
Some gamers kept themselves busy with comics such as Batman, X-Men and Judge Dredd, a fantastic comic if you ask me.
I am the law.
But there's one comic that had small beginnings that went on to become a worldwide hit, and this was known as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The Turtles comic was created by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird, who had come up with the concept of Ninja Turtles thanks to a particular drawing done by Eastman. The pair were so inspired by this drawing that they began working on a small comic that starred Ninja Turtles that was in itself a parody of Daredevil and Frank Miller's Ronin. Using a tax refund as well as a small loan, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were created.
Excellent.
The Turtles' adventures had them battling more villains, mutated creatures, travelling through time battling overlords, and defending the Earth from alien invaders.
The comic was clearly very popular with fans, and of course from this, it expanded into the world of toys as well as cartoons. Did you just say cartoon? I did indeed, and this particular cartoon is a favourite of mine. What's the cartoon? The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Ooh, now that's a classic. Well, go ahead, tell everybody about this fantastic cartoon. Of course, I'll be more than happy to. Anyway.
The classic Turtles cartoon ran for 10 seasons before ending, and is still very enjoyable to watch, especially the first 5 seasons. Being set in New York City, the cartoon follows the adventures of 4 anthropomorphic turtles skilled in the way of the ninja, thanks to their master known as Splinter. Splinter has 2 origin stories, one where he's the pet rat of Ramoto Yoshi, and the other where he's a mutated version of the legendary Ninja Master.
You are losing your fighting edge, my turtles.
The Turtles will battle against Shredder, Krang and a whole multitude of enemies throughout the series, but unlike the comic, the cartoon was more family friendly.
Each of the Turtles were now sporting individually coloured headbands, which helped tell them apart, especially for younger viewers, and of course this had transitioned from the toy line. The majority of episodes would have their own story, introducing new characters, which would then go on to become toys. However, when it came to season finales, this would usually follow a plot over 3 or 4 episodes, resulting in an epic battle with a Technodrome.
Now the Turtles cartoon is infamous for some of the fourth wall breaking segments throughout the series.
Turtle filth!
It's not true. We shower regularly.
As well as a few mistakes here and there.
These usually being colour swaps between the Turtles, wrong voiceovers and small inconsistencies. However, this only adds to the charm of the show.
Ah, fantastic, another like for my Sonic and Sega video. Now that is just rude. He always disappears and never says goodbye.
With the rising popularity of the cartoon, many games starring the Turtles would start to appear. Gamers could finally play as their favourite turtle, taking on the Army of the Foot, as well as the evil Shredder.
Now all Turtle fans have their favourite turtle. Mine just happens to be Raphael,
And of course, I also have a favourite Turtles game, and this game would be Turtles in Time. Turtles in Time was first released in arcades all the way back in the early 90s, where gamers could play as all 4 Turtles, just like the 1987 arcade game. The Turtles would face many enemies, both in the 1987 classic cartoon, as well as the second film, The Secret of the Ooze.
And I thought all the really good dungeons were in Europe.
And having 10 stages of hectic side-scrolling beat-em-up fun, gamers as well as fans of the Turtles are in for a treat. Eventually this classic of arcade gaming found its way into home consoles for the Sega Mega Drive and the Super Nintendo. However, the Sega Mega Drive version had a completely different plot entirely. There would be other games starring the Turtles, such as Turtles Tournament Fighters, which is fun but not on par with Street Fighter 2. With their popularity rising to all new levels of stardom, a live action film was made, and of course this is one of the earliest films I remember seeing. Following on from the success of the film, there were 2 sequels that seemed more kid friendly and in keeping with the cartoon's humour. Eventually the Turtles would slowly fade into the background. However, over time, Turtle Power would slowly rise up once again, with more cartoons, more video games, and even more films. Each of these reintroduced fans to the Turtles, but a slight cosmetic change, such as Raphael being more muscular than the other Turtles, Donatello being more wiry, and Michelangelo appearing to be the smallest but a lot more fun. The games and cartoons would walk hand in hand with each other with updated stories, but never strayed too far from the side-scrolling beat-em-up style that made the previous games popular. I for one enjoy watching the classic cartoon, reading the comics and enjoying the original films. But of course you can't beat playing Turtles in Time, which is an absolute fantastic game to play. Overall, the games starring the world's favourite heroes in a half shell are fun to play, usually sticking with a side-scrolling beat-em-up style that never seems to get old. Playing as the 4 Turtles, games will be grinning like a Cheshire Cat when the Foot Clan are thrown towards the screen when defeated, and with each game doing its best to expand the universe of the Turtles, as well as entice a whole new legion of fans, it's easy to see why the pizza-loving heroes are here to stay. Maybe in time the Turtles return to the world of gaming with an all-new adventure once again through time. From there they could create the Foot Clan in their image, take on Shogun overlords, as well as traverse the very fabric of space and time in pursuit of Krang and the evil Shredder. Who knows, maybe they'll find themselves in an alternate reality where they'll have to help human versions of themselves defeat a mutant army led by a tiger version of Shredder. Anyway, come back next time where I take a look at the Super Smash Bros. Series and how I settled some playground arguments of the late 80s and the early 90s. Thank you so much for watching and see you next game.